Welcome. Today we are going to see risk management part of ISMS, Information Security Management System. This is a standard devised by International Standard Organization ISO and named as ISO IEC 27001-2013. Risk management is a pivotal part of entire ISMS procedure, and the process of risk management can be followed as per the mandatory in the as per mandated in various standards such as 27005, 31000, or any other best practices in risk management. There is a liberty for an organization to consider any risk management procedure. If we take risk management per se as a procedure or as a management, risk management is nothing but management of a risk. It combines, is a pivotal part of any risk ISMS management. Typically, the risk manager has to walk on the tightrope between the two mutually conflicting goals. One is corporate policy, which is say corporate policy. It has business goals, that is maximization of profit on one side. On the other side, it is a corporate, it is various regulators, and it is on the contrary various mandatory actions by activism of regulations. The role of the regulator is to benefit the public at large, and regulations are uh, based on that. So they are mandatory. So it's just like I said, a metaphor of walking on tightrope between corporate policy and business goals. Next is, now we'll see in brief what is risk management. Risk management in section 611 to section 613 of ISO 27001 standard mandates that the organization should have risk management process in place, which means it should have a duly approved policies and procedures and a mechanism to measure and control it. Risk management is pivotal in the overall ISMS. It consists of three parts: risk assessment, risk evaluation, and risk treatment. Assessment includes identification of risk and calculation of risk based on probability and impact. Normally, these are termed as high, medium, or low. Risk evaluation is the risk assessment with help of effectiveness of existing controls and cost of that controls. Once the risk is evaluated, it is required that the risk should be treated. It has four steps in risk treatment. One is avoidance. Avoidance includes to change the way you do the business. For example, I am delivering this lecture online instead of having a go to classroom. By doing this, I am avoiding the risk of traveling and reducing the cost and all risk associated with the classroom delivery. Next comes mitigation. Mitigation is reducing the possibility or impact of a particular risk. Transfer is a transfer of risk to the third party or purchase of insurance by paying the premium. At the end, there are certain risks for which treatment is not available, and therefore it has to accept the risk. Now we'll see transfer. Transfer includes insurance. Insurance is normally in terms of dollars or rupees, and therefore risk transfer. Uh, you can get insurance claim only the risk you have the risk which can be calculated in terms of money. They are called as agreed value policies. Okay. Next to that, as I said, it is walking on tight ropes, and therefore to uh, attain the objectives of corporate policy, there are risk and various internal controls, and it can be balanced with compliance. Okay, so compliance is on one hand, risk and cost of control is other hand. Now, if you see, risk is the probable disruption of the business and information assets. It is always referring to future, and once it happens, becomes the event. So it is a risk. If the risk comes in picture, then it becomes an event. Otherwise, it is a risk. So it may happen, it may not happen. Risk comes with for the improvement, and risk also gives improvement, and it also gives some new business opportunities. Risks are controlled by internal controls. Uh, they are process, people, and technology. And controls could be combination of any two or all part of PPT. That is process, people, and technology. The controls could be detective, preventive, deterrent, and corrective. Corrective controls include compensating controls also. There is a cost for all controls because you have to use people, technology, processes, etc. So it doesn't come for free. On the other hand, cost of control. If the cost of control is more than the cost of probable risk, the action should be to accept the risk. So if the cost of risk is more than the cost of control is more than the cost of risk, then it should be a acceptable risk. Then other part is compliance. This is not applicable to risk associated with regulator or compliance. Compliance is adhering to various rules and regulations such as law of the land, regulations by the regulator, contractual obligations, and various standards such as 27001 to 22301, PCI DSS, GDPR. For that, if the organization has applied or already certified with these standards. In addition to this, in addition to that, there is a process called as continual improvement, which includes plan, do, check, and act. You have to plan the things, then do as per plan, then check whether what you have done is done, and then act on whatever you have found. And once you act, you have to plan for that. So it is a circular process, PDCA, which is called as continual improvement, and it has to be observed all the way during all ISMS processes. Till this slide, we have seen importance of ISMS and importance of risk management per se for ISMS. In our next sessions, we will be going in detail for risk assessment, risk evaluation, treatment one by one, and where we will consider all standards associated with that. Thank you for watching. Good day.